overthinking is a destroyer of happiness. And what that meant to me, and like I promise you, that's gonna mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, dog. It's like for whatever reason, like folks gonna think that means like, all right, that mean I want to go to Burger King tonight, or do I want to go to Wendy's tonight? Like overthinking is the destroyer of happiness. I'm going to Wendy's. Like like a lot of people, they like, I guess it's just that level of what of nah, the level of your problems. Like some people, they say, they got I don't know, man. It's people be having some petty ass problems, bro. I'm just like, yo, what is wrong? What are you talking about? Like, anyway, but I started thinking about like some of the life decisions that I made.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me. Not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build a game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we're back in the lab again. But before we begin, please trample over that like and subscribe button. Share this with your friends, because we do this for y'all, because we love y'all.
Absolutely. All right, Ma, how you been doing, man? What's been going on, bro?
My week's been pretty good. Been in another department besides my regular department all week. All work week. And just had some personal stuff going on that kind of not really shaking me up, but just like it was like an inconvenience, like, and it was multiple instances. We got a boss of false from one of them. I'm gonna go ahead and tell that thing right now.
When else are you gonna tell it?
Oh, all right. So, the premise of this boss of false is, if you have like a service or product that cost you a bit of a change, is it a boss move or false move to charge that same price that you paid for that service or product to others? Like this is a service that
Bro, just tell the story.
Oh, all right. So this Friday, it was around probably like 2 a.m. The whole thing lasted till like 5 or something. So my little brother, he runs out of gas like right in front of an exit to get to a gas station. So I gotta go get some gas first. Go fill him up. My first canister, it was only like a 2-gallon jank. That didn't really work. So I go back to the gas station, get another canister. So 4 gallons in total. Get back to my little brother, putting the gas in there. Cop pull up. So, once we finished putting the gas in there, we realized that he's been sitting there so long that the battery died. So we sitting there trying to think of ways how we can jump it. The cop
How long was he sitting there?
So it took me about 30 minutes to get to him. That's about driving.
You all in the BFE, so it took a hot minute to get out there.
Yeah. So and then what? Let me think. 30 minutes for me to get up there. I got dressed first. I got dressed for work because I was like, let me get dressed for work because something else might happen and I might be out here longer than expected. And something else did happen and I was out there longer than expected. Like I said, battery died. We trying to figure out how to figure out how to jump it. I was like, we could just pull up, side it, or but the cop was like, it's too dangerous, so we had to call a tow truck. Tow truck gets there, the guy, he's a little irritated. It's 5 a.m. at this time, 4 or 5 a.m. He's already about to tow the jank. We was like, whoa, we just need it jumped. He jumps the car. He calls up his people, to tell them that, hey, this is what I did. They need a receipt and whatnot. This particular jump from this tow truck company costed $175. Is it a false or false move to charge someone to jump their car $175, and that is the retail price for a high value jump box?
Hey man, the equipment guy get paid for.
I mean, but you gonna jump a car regardless. Either cars are gonna break down. Like that's like
Hey man, you called
I,
me. I mean, it's a boss move on their part.
I guess that's
Oh,
just like that's like charging gas prices like $100 for gas prices. People gonna use gas regardless.
I mean,
You
shit, the government ain't too far from doing that every
true.
once in a while. Like,
True.
shit. I'm just trying to figure out, like, cause I just would have left the car there, and then when the cop was gone, I would have did my thing and hey, bro, hurry up, jump this joint. Hey, go. I'm just saying, like, you hardly see police out there anyway, so like,
Facts. And
shit,
my
you
thing,
hardly see cars out there.
that's what I was saying. That's why I was like, I wanted to call his BS because I'm like, dog,
And
it's like 4 a.m. There's hardly,
the,
we've been
the
sitting here for a
road was
while.
probably empty.
Facts.
Like there was probably no headlights in the distance as you were saying that shit. Like,
And I got the kit. He saw, because I opened the trunk and he was like right behind me or whatever. I got the little kit jank to where they got the little reflective cones, so I could have shut the lane down myself. If he wasn't there, I was gonna do it myself.
that's what I'm saying. You should have. Hey, bro, get in the car real quick, man. We're gonna leave the car here. Officer, we gonna go talk to our parents, and we gonna get them to let us know how to handle this. We're gonna go have a family meeting right quick, figure out how to get this car on the road. It won't be here no more than a day. You'd be like, all right, yep, gotcha.
Yeah, that might would have worked. I don't know, cause the way where he stopped, he was right next to the little guardrail, so it wasn't really that much space for him to get over. So he was still kind of like halfway in the road too.
So
So
they could do that. He would have pulled off. He ain't gonna sit there with the car all day.
oh,
He would have left. That man got donuts to eat, bro. The Dunkin' Donuts right
oh
off the
man,
exit.
hey,
He got shit to do.
that was my very interesting Friday.
Uh,
So boss
um,
move on the business side.
hell yeah, hell yeah.
Morally, that's false. I'm
Yeah,
I'm going with false.
it's morally corrupt. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like you had a power to make someone's day, and then like, cause there's situations like that happen. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time my mom had to like, eh, and I ain't trying to put her business out there, but like there was a time where we ain't had the funds like that to be like frivolous with our spending when I was
Mm-hmm.
younger. And I remember one time like she went into her it was back in she had a 90s car. It's like the early 2000s. We went up to some, I don't remember where we went to. I think it was we went to the hospital to visit a family member that was in MCV up in Richmond, and was in the parking garage, and she left her lights on. And yeah, it was a huge debacle. And I remember her being in tears about it. And when she called the tow truck company, and they told her that they couldn't start the car, or they told her that the car was broke down. And then come to find out that the joint just needed a jump, and she had to pay the people like $300 for it. So yeah, like I see
Come
stuff
on.
like that happen all the time, bro. It's like it don't matter, like no matter who you get to work on your car, like there's room for corruption, and I don't know how
Mhm.
that happened. Like you talking like the dealerships, man. You talking like car shops, and folks be having cars under warranty, dog, and I'd be damned if the dealership or the manufacturer or the people who sell the car for the manufacturer still be trying to charge you for the services and stuff because they trying to get a little extra overhead, man. It is
Man,
insane, man. Like it seems like no matter what you do for a car, there's always somebody about to make a slime ball charge on your behalf, bro. It don't even matter.
like and a lot of times it's their excuses like insurance will cover it. Like they charge them high prices because you know if you have good insurance, like they'll take care of uh the meat or the heart of the payment or whatever. Cause what they wanted for my jank um to fix the top of the roof or whatever, I think it was like either 1,800 or 18,000. I
Yeah,
might be missing
yeah.
the because they wanted to take the whole roof off,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, dog, just get like some metal scraps, weld that thing, sand it down, and then I can go get it repainted. Like what? How much? Oh, because it was classified as like vandalism or something. Insurance would take care of it. I
Yeah, it's not
mean,
normal wear and tear.
yeah, but that goes on the insurance records. Like we just get a welder, some metal scraps, weld that thing, sand it down so it's flat, so I can go get that thing repainted. Like y'all gonna, and then it's gonna be in the shop for X amount of days. I need this thing to drive. Like, what do you mean?
Right.
So yeah, that's it's so weird.
Yeah,
It's
you
weird.
you can't use insurance for nothing but wear and tear stuff, bro.
Big facts.
Like even if like for real,
Man.
Alyssa one time, man, and bro, she had me mad. And
Come
like
on.
this can't even go into the episode, man. Like it was a situation where you remember the situation where for whatever reason we just kept getting rock chips in our windshield for
Mm,
whatever reason, bro. Like
mm.
I don't know what it was, bro. Like we went through like 4 windshields in 1 year,
Come on.
and yeah, two for the Sonata and two for the Elantra, and
Jeez.
she filed the first joint that happened on the Elantra on her insurance,
Mhm.
and she was pissed when it happened the second time because we tried to get an inspection, and they wouldn't let us finish the inspection at the dealership because the crack was over on the driver's side. They said something like 2 inches on the driver's side, which is fucking unreasonable. We ain't gotta go there though. But yeah, they said that the crack was 2 inches over on the driver's side, so it won't pass inspection. So I was like, all right, whatever. Just call the insurance company up, let them know that we got another windshield that we need to replace. Like, let's just go ahead and get it done. And I was in the back of my mind like, we got the money to replace the windshield even if we don't. Like, so like I ain't tripping over it.
Mhm.
And like she ended up getting pissed off because like she wanted to file it on the insurance, but she didn't want to make her insurance lapse or something like that because apparently insurance companies, if you actually have something happen too many times, then you become a liability and they drop you. Apparently that's a thing. And I was like, and I couldn't argue with her, but because she worked for an insurance company,
Mhm.
but you know, and the reason I got pissed with her because she kept going back and forth on the decision on getting it done, and I'm like, it still need to get done. So like,
Right.
whether you call your insurance company or we go get this shit done ourselves, like, still got to do it. So the fuck are you gonna do? So like, but
True.
anyway, yeah, insurance companies, if you have too many things happen, they will drop you. Like, you know, you can live in the and since then,
Suburbs. Mm-hmm.
I have heard of it happening. Um, there was another person I knew who live in urban area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of like where you coming from, and you know, they be hitting deer like a lot. Like for whatever reason, this person
Come
just
on.
got bad luck, and they hit a deer like 3 times last year. Got dropped by the insurance company. Was like, you can claim this. We gonna fix the car. We ain't gonna tell you we're gonna drop you. We're gonna fix it. But then we're gonna send you a letter after the fact, letting you know that we that you know we no longer doing business together.
Come on.
But damn the fact that you've been paying this for years now. You know,
Thanks.
damn the fact that you've been dropping money every single month, full coverage for the last 4 or 5 years. Damn that. You know, we just gonna drop you because you cutting into our free time right now.
And that's completely legal.
It's completely legal. Yeah, they got the right to do that.
Some
Whether
terms
they
and
say it
policies.
or not, because there
Mm-hmm.
is nothing in any contract that say that they can or cannot do that.
That's crazy. That's like jobs, how they say they can't fire you because they don't like you or because of reasons, but you know, they find their ways.
Oh
That's
yeah, man. Like
it's
if it's a
crazy.
business need, if it's a business need to get rid of somebody, they're gonna do it.
That's insane.
If they feel like you, if they feel like you are antithesis to what we do on a daily basis,
Mm.
they'll figure it out. They're crafty like that, man. People find unusual ways to think out the box. Cause like you, and not
Mm.
everybody's gonna follow the same rules as you, bro. Like you think about it, like a lot of people wouldn't have paid that tow truck driver
Right.
$175, bro. Like I'm telling you, I would have. And it maybe it's because I've been in situations like that before, and I just choose not to let people hustle me. Like I would have drove off. I would have, bro, get in the car, bro. All right, officer, you have a nice day. We got 24 hours to get this car. We know the process. We're gonna hang this little bag out the
Banner.
window. Make sure that somebody know that we coming back to get it. I would have drove off the exit, bro. Waited for that motherfucker to pull off. I would have went back and whipped that joint around and I would have said, "Oh shit, man." If it would have been a different cop that pulled over at the time, uh, hey, I didn't know. It was space and opportunity. Like, I ain't know. My bad.
True.
I apologize. I was just trying to get the car started. He had the battery went dead, and yeah, I don't know, man. I ain't know. I promise you, next time I ain't gonna do it. I promise you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Word, word.
I ain't paying this. I ain't paying that $175, bro.
Yeah, true, true, true.
Because if
Yeah,
you ain't ready for the system, bro, the system is gonna take you at every opportunity. Every opportunity, bro.
that's true. Um, but like, what gets me is like people will have those things happen to them, and like you said, it could have just been a simple game of just waiting it out, but people will blow up right there in that instance, and like,
Oh, true
you
that.
know, have them a cow, or you know, like they'll think the worst in that moment. They'll overthink the entire situation and just like blow it out of proportion. Like,
No, that
and
ain't overthinking. That's overreacting, bro.
well, yeah,
Let's
overreacting.
spot the difference there, cause like, and yeah, I mean, granted, I mean, I know some folks who will be in like situations like that. And then I don't really know where to classify that. I guess that depends on like a few different things, like finances and things like that. But like, I don't really know if that's a huge thing that people should be blowing up over. But it's definitely been people blowing up over stuff like that. Like, you know, like a cop pulling you over as you going 22 miles over the speed limit. He could be giving you a reckless driving charge, and he just decided to give you a 5 mile over and just tell you to slow it down a little bit. But then you start going off on him because well, yeah, and then now you got a bigger problem.
Way bigger problem.
I see where you were trying to segue into the topic. I got you. I just wanted to make sure that we were being accurate about what that actually was, but yeah, man. So I've been in a little bit of a funk lately, and not a funk that keeps you in an unproductive mode, but like a funk in I'm backtracking on things that I said I was gonna do because I'm nervous about what's to come, kind of funk. And I was just like thinking, because we talked about it on a previous episode. I think it was last week's episode that we talked. Did we talk? I don't even remember. I just know we talked about the fatherhood thing on the episode recently, and yeah, that was last week.
Yep.
And I was just like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you said that this is what you want. You already know the challenges are coming. You said you accepted the challenges, how they come. You know what to expect already because you've been in this situation before. What's the problem? Like, I'm like, just go ahead and make it happen. And whatever happens, you deal with it as it comes. And like, you know you've been here before. You already know what to do. Like, just take the reins off and let it run free, bro. Like, what's wrong with you, man? And like, I mean, I'm telling you, dog. Like, it was causing some real problems. I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't even talk about it, but it was causing some real problems, dog. Like, I ain't even say it on the last episode, but I've been in a little bit of a downward spiral, just trying to work through mentally what was going on in my head. And I realized at some point I didn't even need to be there, bro. Like I was just like backtracking on ideas that I'd already started on. Like I was, bro, it was bad. And I just came across this quote, man, and it had me rethinking my entire life, man. I'm talking like from back when I first started, like even like way back then, like back in when I was like in my mid-20s and I became an entrepreneur, bro. Like it had me thinking all the way to that point, dog. But the quote was, "Overthinking is the destroyer of happiness." That was the quote. Overthinking is a destroyer of happiness. And what that meant to me, and like I promise you, that's gonna mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, dog. It's like for whatever reason, like folks gonna think that means like, all right, that mean I want to go to Burger King tonight, or do I want to go to Wendy's tonight? Like overthinking is the destroyer of happiness. I'm going to Wendy's. Like they like a lot of people, they like, I guess it's just that level of nah, the level of your problems. Like some people, they say, they got I don't know, man. Just people be having some petty ass problems, bro. I'm just like, yo, what is wrong? What are you talking about? Like, anyway, but I started thinking about like some of the life decisions that I made, bro. Like some of the things that I put myself through, and the things that I was going to make happen that didn't happen because I decided that taking one path was better than, excuse me. I decided that taking one path was better than this other path because it was going to keep me out of danger, or that the moments where I say that I think this time is the time that I need to quit my job, and then turn around and second guess myself, saying that okay, maybe I need to rethink that and follow through on something else first, or coming up with some reason as to why it would be better for me to stay at work, or for instance, like I was supposed to, I think I said it on the podcast before, but I was supposed to have moved to California at some point. Like I started working for the company that we work for now just so I can make enough money to move across the country. Like I had a car, I was gonna pack my car up and I was gonna head across the country. Like I wasn't gonna set no routes. Like I had a plan. I wasn't gonna set no routes. I was gonna work for about 2 or 3 months, make enough money, transfer over to a joint in California, and live out of my car until I got back on my feet and started entertainment. Like that was my plan. Like I was writing, I was writing somewhat. I was more in tune to acting at the time because I always wanted to act. I don't know if I ever said that out loud before on the podcast, but I've always wanted to be an actor, and or some kind of entertainer. Music and acting was my thing at the time, and I was gonna go to California, start on this on my goals, start knocking on doors, going to perform at places, improv clubs, comedy clubs. Like I had a thing that I was going to start on, and I was going to live out of my car, do it like Steve Harvey until I made it to where I was supposed to go, and then boom, and I think that might be the best reason that of why I'm still here. But I found love, and that made me stay. Like it is what it is. But now we back at the same boat, the same transition point, and I'm like, yo, we should do this. No, we shouldn't do this because this is what bad can happen. We should do this. Nah, maybe we shouldn't do this because this can happen, and then all of that would be bad. Like we don't want that. Like yo, like I'm constantly at these transition points with the way out, but for whatever reason, at every single transition point, it's easier to find a way to stay in the point that you are instead of the point of the next or moving forward.
Okay. It's a lot of that has to do with like I want to say your faith system.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it's like you can want to do better. You can visualize it, dream about it, but like there's a point where you have to put your actions with your beliefs, and it's like sometimes they clash or like they don't mix well because you start overthinking. You start thinking of like all the cons with the pros. Like you're like I could do this and I can make this much money, but you see that the field you're going into is heavily saturated. There's people that are struggling and making it, and like you focus on the people that are struggling, and you're like, man, I could be in that boat, but I want to be in this productive, making all this money, being that actor, being that great
Mm-hmm.
writer, but like I can also fall here. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like the only reason you fall into the negative category is like you don't put your all into it. You don't take that leap of faith. Yeah, you do it the safe way. You do it the uh I'm gonna work this 9 to 5 and also do this, part
Mm-hmm.
time. But because I'm not putting my all into it, because I'm not putting my all into marketing, people don't see that I also believe in myself. Like, I also believe in the product, but I believe in myself because, you know, I'm doing everything I can to make it
Mhm.
succeed, you know?
Mhm.
And I think that a lot of people fall into that overthinking mindset. I even do it myself, and it's almost like you're sitting in the theater and like you're watching your highlight reels, but like you ain't done a whole lot, so it's kind of like a walk down memory lane, and it's nothing but like regret. It's like I could have done this, but
Mhm.
I didn't do that because I wanted to take the safe route. I wanted to
Mhm.
work this job because I knew
Yeah.
that I was getting a paycheck every Friday.
Yeah.
I wanted that security instead
Yeah.
of taking that leap of faith, jumping into your career or your passion and just hammering it out until it becomes
Yeah.
successful. Uh I think the overthinking is we can't visualize a timeline for our careers or passion.
There it is. Right there. Right there.
We can
There it is.
visualize, that paycheck every Friday because that's guaranteed. But we
Mhm.
can't we can't do that with our passions.
We don't
Well,
know how long we're gonna be in this slump
in the
before we
trenches,
make it up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because even
Mhm.
Steve Harvey, I think I remember when he talked. I don't know if he said it exactly, but he didn't even know how long it was gonna take him
Mhm.
uh to come up. Like you said, he was living out his car. He was doing the best he could. He was going to the
Mhm.
little hole in the wall janks.
Mhm.
And then just one day it just happened for him.
Yeah,
Uh,
stay right there. Stay right there on the
mhm,
Steve Harvey joint for a second, because he was also the one that said, like, he talked about it on one of his episodes, that the reason why people don't usually jump is
mm,
because they see somebody like me that's already jumped, and they know that when I jumped at first, I didn't have the most graceful of falls. They know
mhm,
that I hit a bunch of things on the way down, and they know that I struggled to get my parachute open. They know I was homeless. They know I was down bad on my luck. They know I was broke, and I lost my family. They know all of that. So he said that the reason why people don't jump is because they know that I went through that, and they don't want to experience that same pain because they don't know how long it's going to take for their parachute to open after they jump.
mm, yeah, yeah. That goes back to the timeline. Well, we have examples of what our career looks like, what our career path looks like. And
Yeah.
like you said, seeing all those hurdles, all those obstacles, it it gets discouraging. A lot of people they don't want to go through that hurt, that pain. Uh but like it's needed. Like I don't understand why people they don't understand that going through that makes you a better writer, makes you a better game designer, makes you a better
Mhm.
artist, makes you a better performer. Uh having gone through those challenges and overcoming them, it makes you a better person. It puts more experience under your belt. You do what you love to get better at it, to master it, and then you teach others. That's the secret formula that we talk about. Uh
Yeah.
but that overthinking piece, it destroys all of that. It wrecks all of that. Like with the overthinking, you could be starting your passion and then you start overthinking and then you start backtracking. Like you said, you
Mhm.
start reliving those moments of what could be, or you start, you know, having like a negative effect over your passion. So you're instead of moving forward, you're moving backwards. And instead of building systems to where you can quit your job, you're kind of destroying those systems, working at your job more, and then you don't have enough time, or you feel like you don't have enough time to work on this and that, and now you're spiraling. Now you're
Mhm.
in this mode of depression, or this mode of I don't feel like doing it because I need to work this job.
Mhm.
You're falling into that that cheerleader mindset. You feeling like your hobbies are extracurricular activities, and now you're focusing mainly on your job instead of your career. You're focusing on your job instead of your passions.
Um, and now since we're on the topic of overthinking, let's not overthink this topic, right?
Big fact.
Because like um, this don't just apply to that part of life.
True.
Because the problem here is that once you are a chronic overthinker, like none of that other stuff ain't gonna really matter. Your job, your career, ain't none of that really gonna matter because you ain't gonna be able to think yourself past the current hurdle that you on because you overthinker. Like let's be real, like you talking about somebody who overthinking they own reality because they work a 9 to 5 that they want to get out of, but they currently got problems that they overthink, and they still in those same problems because they overthinker. Know what I mean? Like you got drama with folks because you overthinker. You got you put yourself in bad situations because you overthinker. You destroy your relationships because you're overthinker. You do bad at your job because you are overthinker. Like somebody who in a situation like that. And what do I mean by overthinker? Like instead of doing the thing, there's is this phrase out. It's called KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Like you dumbass, keep it simple. Like just do it just like that. Keep it simple. But for whatever reason, everybody wants to put their own spin on things or recreate the wheel, and they make it square for whatever reason. Like they just like, all right, the wheel is round, but I'm gonna redo it. It's gonna be a whole lot better. But instead of being round, it's gonna have 4 corners. Like if for whatever reason you like these 4 corner wheels, like you think that's a real thing, you think that actually works, but in reality you're only making more stress on yourself. All right, so let me break this down, right? We know a guy, and we've been talking about this guy for a while, right? And just recently he did a thing. He finally rose to the occasion. Now I don't know, because once again, my man's an overthinker. He don't keep it simple. He's been in a position where he has allowed things to penetrate his mind, and because of that, he became an overthinker and made the process a little more difficult than it should have been. And just things like that. I ain't even gonna go into that, that personal stuff, but because he was an overthinker, kept him from actually doing it before now. Like he could have been did it. Like he could have been did it. Like and there's way more people with that same story. Like you could have been like you definitely could have been this like rose to the occasion a long time ago. You just chose not to. At some point, you just chose that you were going to stay in the problem. And I think that's what overthinking allows us to do. The only thing that overthinking allows us to do, like there's the only benefit. Well, I ain't gonna call it a benefit. It ain't no benefit. You just constantly thinking about the same problem over and over and over again. And you constantly thinking about the same problem, and you constantly in that problem because you're constantly thinking about it. Like, why are you thinking about it? Let it go. Keeping it simple is the act of, you get up and go to work and you work and you leave work at work when you get off. But for whatever reason, you overthinking stuff. You thinking about work at home. You thinking about the stuff that happened at work at home. Like I came across a woman recently, bruh. Somebody said something to her at work, and now she in her feelings every time she see that person and feel like she gotta leave early and go to therapy and stuff every time she see this person because this person said something about them at work. And I'm like, yo, what is that all about? So now you looking at me because I'm supposed to be leadership, or I'm supposed to take care of this, and I let it happen. Like what the fuck you want me to do? These are grown ass men and women. You want me to just you want me to put them in handcuffs whenever they say something about you? Like that ain't my problem. Like I feel for you. Like it's unfortunate that that person said that, but what are you gonna do about it? As a grown woman, what are you gonna do about it? Like, yo, I can't stop people from talking about you. I can't stop people from talking about me. Hey, I'm the leadership. Like, come on now. Like for real. People put themselves in situations like that and it keeps them down. Like, yo, this ain't even like this is a conversation that I wanted to talk about on a human level for real. We don't even need to go into the stratosphere with this one because this is a very surface level conversation, bro. Like this don't apply to nobody but us. Like I really do feel like this don't apply to nobody but us. And when I say us, I'm talking about people in poverty, bro. Like it don't even like I swear to God, it cannot apply to people that's in high finance. Like people who in the upper echelons. Like it can't happen to them. Maybe they're children.
Cute.
I can't imagine that it would actually apply to anybody else but us and their children because they're naive. Go
That's
ahead. What
true.
were you about to say?
I was gonna say the audacity of that person that feels that way, but also like it with that situation you just explained. It's like people love being the victim. The only positive of that is you're classifying yourself as a victim, and you want that pity party or that birds of a feather. They flock together. They You get enough people that have gone through things like that have overthought their lives, or they can't keep it simple. They they sit there and they talk with each other, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
why sit here, congregate? You got like 4 or 5 people sitting here complaining about bills, gas prices, and this, that, and the third. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
you're sitting at a job complaining about a problem that your job is solving. It where where's the problem in this math equation? Because you got the solution, you got the problem, and then somehow that equals another problem. And I'm like, what are we doing, people? Uh,
That defines our entire job. Actually, our job. Um, out of I ain't even gonna go there because we can't talk about that on the podcast. But it's kind of weird the way we operate. Just some things that I just don't understand. But anyway,
it's insane. It's
uh,
insane. It's literally the definition of insanity. People come to work. People in poverty,
yeah,
they do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. And it's like, when are you gonna change up the formula? When are you gonna seek out, some type of health book, seek out some type of podcast, seek out just something different in general to get you out of that funk? But
yeah,
because you have this problem and other people have the problem, y'all congregate together instead of trying to find a solution. Y'all complain about the problem, but don't work together to solve or be the solution.
yeah.
And it baffles me each and every time, especially where we work, especially just going through life, uh just seeing people like have these problems, just come to you out of the blue and just like spew all these problems at you, and you're just
Well,
like,
see, the thing, one of the things that I've noticed is that
mm,
those same people, when they're complaining about this stuff, they're not complaining about the right thing. Like
mm,
they complaining
explain
about
that.
stuff, but it's literally just complaining just for the sake of complaining. Like you're not complaining about the right thing. What you should be complaining
Mm,
about is you. Your only complaint should be you, because the job was that before you started, and it'll be there after you leave. It'll be just that, a job. It'll be the same thing that somebody else is complaining about. And you know who got me to realize that, bro? And when I was thinking it, but I wasn't really there, and I kind of got a little nudge in the right direction. But the person who made me realize that, out of all people, bro, was Jerome. Older guy. He talk real fast, real loud, always yelling. Never mind. He come in every blue moon. I don't think y'all ever work together because both of y'all flex. So you pretty much that's like a probability of getting y'all on the same shift is pretty rare. But yeah, he was one of the guys from night shift, man. And he said that, like, and usually this dude is always loud talking, bro. Like, I'm telling, like, he stay screaming. And you think that this dude was pissed off every time he opened his mouth. But he told us one time, he said, I ain't mad. That's just how I talk. I was like, all right, you one of those. Got you. So somebody was complaining about something. They came up to me in the middle of our conversation. He was just like, just watching them. And I was like, this man, they ain't gonna interrupt the conversation. That ain't him. That ain't how he do. You loudmouth with everything, man. How you interrupt this? Jump in. But he ain't say nothing. He just kind of sat there, watched them, waited for them to finish, and they walked off. He said, man, I don't know why people do that. I was like, what? It was like, man, people just come complaining about stuff, and then it's like they don't even understand that they complaining about the same thing over and over and over again, man. Like, it's like they on repeat. He's like, the only reason why they complaining about stuff because they know what's going on, man. What the real thing they should be complaining about is them. They the ones still here. Just quit. And I was like, oh, well, all right then. That's real. Like, people need, like, you up here complaining about your job, but your job ain't even the problem. You the problem.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, when I get, folks be getting confused, right? Like, I was talking to my counterpart one time, and some ridiculous happened, and I got heated. I don't really never show emotion like that, like, but this time it really got under my skin because it was like a lot of things going on. Alyssa was in my ear about some stuff that we needed to do, and I wasn't really feeling life that day. Like, I was just like, yo, I need to focus. And that thing happened, and I got pissed because I was like, yo, why the fuck am I going through this? What am I doing here, going through this of all things? Like, this doesn't even make no damn sense. Like, what am I doing here? Why is this a actual thing? So, like, my counterpart, she came and found me. She was like, "Oh, what's going on with you? Why are you? What is this? Like, this ain't you." I was like, "Bruh." She was like, and she started like trying to calm me down about on some job stuff. It was like, yo, it's fine. We'll get through it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm like, yo, you don't get it. You don't understand.
What?
Like, I'm not mad at what just happened. Like, I don't give a damn about that. What I'm mad at is that I gotta go through this. I put myself in a position where I have to go through this. Like, I ain't really tripping on that. Like, that's going that stuff like that's been happening long before I got here. Folks was complaining about that way before I got here. I'm not upset about that. What I'm upset about is the fact that I'm still here having to deal with this dumb shit. Like, what I'm upset about is that I haven't made enough of an impact on my own to say I don't have to deal with this. When there are people out there who ride past this building every single day and emotionally, internally laugh at the people like us who got to come in here. That's what I'm upset about. I ain't upset about this job. So, for real, I put myself in a situation where everything is simple now. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, everything is simple now. If it's to be advanced, then I will advance it. But
Mhm.
chances are I don't really need to.
Word, word. That reminds me of a lady that we work with that left and came back and just still complaining about the same stuff that I believe made her leave, you know? And I'm like, you you had the freedom. You made it out. Why are you back, you know? And still complaining. But I'm like,
Damn, I'm glad,
just
man, we talking about the same person.
oh for real.
So
uh
mad.
like like you said, keep it simple, people. Like it's not it's not what we make it out to be. Like for some reason when problems arise, we think they're these big mountains that we have to overcome, but it's literally just a pebble. Some of them are literally just a pebble. Like I guess because we want to live a certain way or we want things done a certain way that we get into this mode of I want everything to be sunshine and rainbows. I want my come up to be this marvelous thing that I can tell the world about. But your come up is gonna be hard. It's gonna be rough. You're gonna have to go a couple of weeks or months even, with the sandwiches and just the lunch meat, uh, until you get into a comfortable spot or a spot where you can branch out. A lot of people they set roots and they don't move their plant to a bigger pot, or they don't plant it outside where it can grow like to a full tree. They set their roots in a pot and they roots start entangling with each other. It starts getting all bundled up, and then you have this mess where you can't grow. You don't move past the pot that you're in. You don't move past the situation that you're in. You're just slowly dying because you can't get enough nutrients, or you can't get enough knowledge to branch out. You're just stuck. I forget what is that called when roots do that?
Stagnation.
Stagnate. There you go.
Uh, well, when roots uh when they start growing in on each other,
Yeah.
impact it.
And, ooh.
They impact it on themselves.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep. And then you become
man.
stagnant. You don't move past, like, the problem. You don't move past this problem, and it's like this problem was sent to you by God, whatever you believe in, the universe. You manifested the problem to grow, and you get stuck on it, and you do the
Mm-hmm.
complete opposite. You don't grow. You don't move past this, and it's like you kind of ask for it. Like you want to do better. You want to learn how to do things differently, and you're getting pushed in that direction, and you're fighting against it. You're showing all this resistance, uh, because of overthinking, and now you're not moving at all. You become stagnant.
Yeah, man. I'm at this point in my life now, man, where I'm just like, I'm, we said it on the podcast before, how I go, um, don't wait to make the right decision, make the decision and make it right.
Oh,
Don't wait to make the right decision, make the decision and make it right.
right.
And and what that pretty much entails is I'm gonna do everything that I need to do for me, and in the process I'll figure it out. Cause like here's the deal. And some of y'all think there's some kind of magic or some, but the problem is that you're not putting yourself in enough uncomfortable situations.
Mm.
Your level of discomfort only pertains to the your level of discomfort only pertains to the work you do when you up. between the times you wake up and the time you go to sleep. That's the only level of discomfort you putting yourself through. And for most of y'all, that's the only problem that you have. You're not putting yourself through enough uncomfortable situations. You're not allowing your brain or your body the chance to actually grow. You're not allowing yourself to manifest into something. You're not allowing yourself to move into a new direction. You're not allowing yourself to even make it to the cliff to jump. Because for what Steve Harvey didn't say is that the jump, it takes audacity to jump. It takes faith. Marcus said it takes faith to jump. It takes knowledge to know where to jump, because you can't just jump off of anything. But here's the thing: when you jump, most of the time, what you jumping off? You're jumping off a very high point. But here's the thing: you gotta climb to get to the high point too. And some of y'all don't even make it. Some of y'all don't even put yourself in enough uncomfortable situations to even metaphorically climb to the high point where you can jump, because the only thing you're doing is overthinking yourself to the bottom of the barrel. Every time you overthink something, it's like climbing the ladder. You're going up to that high point. Yes, you're looking up there. Yes, you know exactly where you want to be. Yes, because when you jump, like if you look at it, if you look at a flat 2D platform, like a 2D side scroller, like you're going up a hill because your destination is still up there. Because when you jump down the cliff that you had to jump from to get that wind underneath your wings so that you can fly back up to that destination that's in the sky, you still got to climb up. So you still looking at your destination, but for whatever reason, you start overthinking every time you get up a few steps, and then you tumble right back down. You start going up a little bit, and then you tumble right back down. You start going up a little bit, and then you tumble right back down. And that's where we at right now. That's where most people are right now, because you are going up to that cliff. You're going exactly where you need to be. You are moving in that direction, but for whatever reason, you trying to create gadgets to get up there. You trying to bum rides off of people. You sitting on the step trying to call Uber. I'm like, oh, where my ride at? Like you doing everything to get up the step except for walk. Instead of taking steps. You're doing everything to get up the steps instead of taking steps. And that's the problem right here. You are moving up. But every time you overthink, you fall back down. And that's the problem that we need to fix right there. Because if you put yourself in enough uncomfortable situations, if you stop being afraid, so afraid of getting stuff wrong, then these things wouldn't happen. You would be able to get up to that cliff. You'll be able to get to that mountaintop so you can jump. And that's the goal right there. The goal is not, and for real, like we get so focused on destinations, right? We get way too focused on destinations. But for what it's worth, right? If you start listening to the greats, you start listening to the greats. Like Marcus said, there's a great in every area that you won't be great in, right? There's somebody to look up to. I don't care what industry it is, there's somebody to look up to. And you start listening to the greats, they don't talk much about the destination. Get that, bro. They don't talk much about the destination. Mark, when you finish a video game, what you do with it, bro?
Publish it.
No, not you. No, when somebody playing the video game, when the video game has no replay value, what do they usually do with it?
Move on to the next one.
They get rid of the video game, bro. They ain't got no replay value. But get this, right? There's replay value, meaning that now that you reach the destination, you want to go through the journey again. So you want to get back to that high point where you can jump and go through that same journey again, because that journey was entertaining. When you listen to the greats, bro, they don't talk about the destination much. Bro, Steve Harvey ain't out here talking about his house. That man live in a mega mansion. You ain't
Come
never
on.
seen Steve Harvey's house, bruh. That man don't even. That man, he got money and refused to let you know he even got money. That man
Come on.
still think he from the street. Still think he homeless. That man act like he's still homeless. And he
Mm-hmm.
got money. Mark Zuckerberg, they got money, bruh. Elon Musk, they got money, but they don't talk about it. Why? Because they still on the journey. They can care less about the destination. They still on the jump.
True.
So when you playing the game, you just like, oh, this game ain't got no replay value. I'm gonna get rid of it, bro. That's how people doing with their lives now, bro.
Mm.
You 30 something, and your life ain't got no replay value. So you ready to get rid of it?
Come on. Come out. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. I ain't got nothing to follow up with that. That is, yeah. And it's interesting because, like you said, you always hear them talk about their journey because that's where the challenges are. That's where the meat and potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the solutions lie.
Yep.
A lot of people think the solution is the destination, but the solution to the problems come from the journey.
Yep.
Uh, your destination is the byproduct of you finding that solution. Um, and that's crazy because I making that connection just now. A lot of motivational speakers, a lot of, like you said, Steve Harvey, they always talk about the journey. They don't show the the destination or their like you said the house, the money that they have because they don't want to show people that
Or
because
where they don't show where you think they at because you overthinking.
mm,
Where you think they at because you overthinking.
mm,
I'm
yeah,
sorry, I ain't mean to take you off your course right there, but I just had to add that in there because you thinking they at the destination and they still on their journey. Steve Harvey still got 8 jobs.
come on. And that just goes to show that yeah, I think before we started the podcast we talked about how I said it's the people's level of maturity, but it's the level of what you said they're thinking, the level of their problems,
Yeah, their biggest the level of their biggest problem
level
is
of
what
their
I
biggest
said.
problem. The level of your biggest problem, you still on level one. You still at the poverty line, level one. And you got people like Steve Harvey, Elon Musk, their problems on they tackling new game plus. All their
man
challenges
trying
are
man trying to start a whole nother. He trying to start a space station. It's crazy.
right. They taking the challenges that are beyond our comprehension, and
Yeah,
you overthinking about a level one problem. You overthinking about just doing. Like your biggest problem is you just got to do it, and you overthink it. This man, like he said, trying to start a space station. A space station.
yeah,
That's something you see in television, cartoon shows.
yeah.
We about to have a whole Justice League space station in the sky, and all you got to do is just go to work, and you
Are you
overthinking that.
overthinking that? You overthinking that of all things. Of all things, right? Of all things.
Insane, insane.
Yep, yep. So I think that's the end of this episode, man.
That is
I don't
that
have
that
any
was
I don't have much to go for after that one, man.
that was the gem right there that you just
I'm
dropped.
mad now. I'm ready to get to work. I'm mad now. I'm ready to get to work.
Word. What we got coming up for the people, sir?
So, bruh, um, I am now in the line art portion
Okay.
of this this children's book that I'm putting together, and it's gonna be 23 pages,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the one that we talked about. I'm putting it together now, man, and I'm excited to say that it is coming along a lot easier than I thought it would be. So I'm a little worried
Okay.
about that. A
All right.
little nervous about the fact that it seems
Hey,
to be easy
hey,
at this point. So
don't overthink it. Don't overthink it.
yeah, I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to. But I was looking at it. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
why is it? Because like I had a tough time coming working on the comic book, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I think it might just be because of the story and the way the panels work. I'm not used to really doing panels. Like even when I was drawing back in the day, I was only doing page by page. I wasn't necessarily doing panels. So I think I
Mm-hmm.
got to get used to that. But like these are like full page slides, so it's a little bit different. So maybe I'm not necessarily used to that, used to the panels or whatever, and that
Mm-hmm.
may be the problem. So I don't know, but it seems to be a lot easier than I thought it would be, man. So I'm already halfway through the line art portion, and then after that, I just got to color grade and everything and put it in pre-production, man. So yeah, I'm excited to say that I'm about 35% done with the project overall, man, and I'm
Oh,
ready for it. Yeah.
word, word. You got the Chibi jank that I put in Drive, or you just been using something else?
No, I haven't looked at it yet. I did it with my regular art style, man. I thought I was
Okay.
going to end up doing like a dumbed down version, but it looked animated, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Word, word. Um, I was thinking of uh how there isn't, like, they got those my first children's book or something,
Yeah.
uh make like a anime jank, like my child's first anime, or my first anime book or something like that,
Hmm.
somewhere along those lines. That could be a avenue that we visit one day. um but yeah, over here just working on some stuff, uh just trying to get the stuff hammered out. um Other than that, I ain't got too much. I ain't got too much going on.
All
Um,
right, man.
so this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton.
Always.
Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. And before we go, please remember to trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all. And
Every
always
single one of
remember,
y'all.
those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.